recording? Yeah, I am. Alright guys, welcome back to Hot Takes Unleashed. Ignore Sandra like literally crying her eyes out. She just had a whole laughing fit before this.
No.
People on YouTube will see it. People on Spotify will hear it.
Oh, good lord.
We got a 7 brew drinks. Tell them what you ordered.
What is it called? A tuxedo?
Yeah.
Mocha.
Tuxedo mocha. With extra chocolate?
Yes, extra chocolate, because chocolate is good.
I got the... Quiet on set. My neighbors opened the door and slammed it. The pink mermaid fizz with extra strawberry and cold foam. Pretty good. Sandra likes that one now.
I do.
Yeah, even though she doesn't like coconut, but...
No.
Yeah. So, kind of a heavier little episode today. March is Self-Harm Awareness Month, so we're going to be talking about relationships and mental health, and if you guys need anything at all, like, leave something in our comments on YouTube. Like, we will literally talk to you guys. Like, sure, we have gone through the fucking ringer.
Yeah.
We've gone through a lot of shit. So, yeah. Sandra, would you like to take it away?
Oh, dear lord. Why do I always gotta take it away?
Because I started the podcast. Don't fail.
I guess with...
We can start with one topic. Do you want to start with relationships? Like... Or mental... I guess mental health will go into relationships.
Yeah.
So we'll probably start with...
Well, I know that at 18 I became a single mom because my ex and I weren't being the smartest when we were younger and found out I was pregnant. Then he wanted nothing to do with it. Yeah. And then, so...
We'll hear that next podcast episode, T at 3. Every third episode.
He just didn't want nothing to do with the baby, and now she's 9 years old, and she is smart and beautiful, and also a redhead. Just like Auntie. And my husband stepped up when my daughter was 2 and has been an amazing dad to her ever since. Like, they clicked, and it made my heart happy.
We love Birthday. Birthday is gay. Maybe.
Oh my god. Wait till he hears this on the podcast. He's a special guest without even being here.
Say hi to your husband.
Hi.
Hi, Birthday. Birthday is gay. I can hear him say, maybe. Or,
Yeah.
Oopsie poopsie. Or wait.
How did we go from, like, talking about a serious subject to,
Because we gotta have some laughing in it, you know?
Trauma does that to
Hold
you.
on, guys. I got the best video of Brady.
Audio. No.
Gay?
Oh, that one.
Yeah.
You edit out. Okay, she edited out my laugh. It was really bad. Good.
Goods. What the heck is this Bitmoji, man? Leaving me on open? Sorry.
Maddie!
No, you missed what it just said.
Okay.
Dark
humor.
Yeah. I feel like we cope with dark humor a lot.
Yeah.
How did you, like, kind of cope with Nick doing that? Like, especially on your mental health side.
Well, I tried to get him to be a part of Shelby's life. Like, at one point I did beg. And when I realized he still wanted nothing to do with her, then I thought, not my problem anymore. Fuck you.
Which it sucks when you have to beg somebody to be in somebody's life.
But she has Brady. So I think, she understands because she found out when she was little that Brady was her stepdad. And, as she got older, she was okay with it. And, she looked at me one day and she goes, well, Mom, he's my dad. And he's always been there for me since I was little. Not the other one.
Yeah.
And that's how I really knew, they had, a very good bond.
Yeah.
Because knowing that that's not her blood father, she still sees him as dad. Which, I love it.
Thankfully.
Yeah, because there are not a lot of people out there that is willing to step up to be a parent to somebody else's kid. That's another subject, too, that's hard.
Yeah. I guess I wouldn't know what that's like. But I try to understand the best I can.
Relationships. I finally found a good one. But...
Me too. Hi, Alex.
You should ask him what his number is.
For anybody that doesn't understand what she just said by that, or meant by that, I posted pictures of myself on Facebook and Instagram, and he comments, "Can I get your number?" with heart eyes.
Now she's got to ask that question to him on camera.
Hey, can I get your number?
I don't think you're gonna actually do it. What you said. I love it. Love it.
Lovely, lovely. Yeah.
I also cope with dead mom jokes. So whoever has a parent out there that's not alive, I know some people don't, but I know a lot of people that do cope with dead mom and dead dad jokes. So I kind of comment with the dead mom jokes. That's my coping.
Yeah.
Even though it's
it would suck to lose a parent. I can't imagine how it was on you, especially your mom.
Well, my mom was also, I think, depressed. Because both my grandparents, her parents died within a few months of each other. And my grandma actually passed away on my parents' anniversary. So that made it harder for my mom because that was their wedding date. And to have her mom pass away. Granted, my grandma was in her 80s. So, I mean, she lived her life, and she had lung cancer, unfortunately, so... Oh!
There's a cat behind me. Everybody go to our YouTube channel so you can see her just pop up in my face of fear. What are you doing?
But, unfortunately, my other grandma died from breast cancer. Well, it wasn't really... I don't know. I guess she died from cancer in general. It just kept spreading after it got cleared. Mm-hmm. But she died August 5th, and my grandpa had her funeral on my parents' anniversary without even thinking about it. So my parents, hated their anniversary, hardcore.
Yeah, that would suck.
And August 9th is a random day. So to have coincidence like that happen.
It is a random day.
Yeah, but she passed away, and then exactly a few months later in March, my grandpa died from just being old, because he was in his 80s too, but he also, I think, had dementia. So, but then after that, it was almost exactly 2 months later, my mom died. Because she was so depressed from losing her parents. Because my grandma was technically her best friend. They would talk every day. Oh, there's a kitty. But like after my grandma died, then my mom kind of went downhill. Then exactly when my grandpa died, she went way worse. But basically my mom got so depressed to where she didn't want to get out of bed. She didn't want to go to the doctor. She didn't bathe. She didn't, you know, when the night that we had to drag my mom in, like as soon as they got her in a wheelchair, my dad said her head like dropped, like they thought she dropped dead. But her blood sugar was so low because from not eating that she just like passed out. And then not long after that, they get my mom admitted. Come to find out, I don't think the test came back until the next day, because the next day I went to go visit my mom in the hospital. She kind of had that, what is that? What?
Canned SpongeBob.
Oh my god.
For anybody watching the video. Because you guys just watched me go to catch it, to grab it. Just gonna sit right here.
What do they call it? Oh god, I can't remember. Within like 24 hours, my mom went from being like really sick to like all of a sudden I walked in the room and she was so like energetic and happy and all that, and I kind of realized, oh shit, I realized what that was. She got that spurt of energy, and that means that it's basically they're at the end of their life. Mm-hmm. And not even 24 hours later, it got worse again. They found out she was septic, her organs were failing, and that because they had to actually induce her into a coma because her blood pressure kept raising so high they couldn't get it calm. With her just being awake. So they had to like put her in an induced coma, and the levels got a little bit better, but not as much as they wanted to. And then eventually that is my coffee, ma'am. Excuse you.
It's a SpongeBob toy, lady. Are you gonna meow for the camera? The camera?
Murder grabbing my coffee.
I swear to Jesus, precious! We'll send you to Jesus! Mom! Anyway. Ooh, your breast stinks. Go down.
But I was 19 when I lost my mom, and Shelby was only almost 4 months old. Oh. So my kids never got to know Grandma, unfortunately. Yeah.
That's really sad.
Just Grandma on Daddy's side. That's it. Because most of my relatives, cancer, especially lung cancer and breasts, are the top two in my family. Because I had an aunt that survived it twice. Mm. Because my mom, there were 6 of them. My mom was the third one. She was like smack dab in the middle of all 6 kids. So... with my grandma getting lung cancer, she eventually passed away from that. Well, actually, no, when I was 9 years old, I think I was 9 or 10, my aunt, Bev, died from lung cancer. And then it was my grandma when I was 18, still pregnant with Shelby. And then,
Nope.
not long after, my Uncle Alan, I think I want to say about a few years after my grandma.
Brady?
No, it's just my Uncle Alan.
I know, but
and you know what's funny?
That's Brady's middle name.
The one that passed away, we got married on his birthday without even knowing it. Yeah. But, and then, you know, the crappy part was my aunt, Joanne, she was the 4th kid, and when my Uncle Alan was dying, she was kind of freaking out. She goes, I wonder who's next, not even knowing 2 years later it was her. Unfortunately. Yeah, because my aunt was very stubborn. That family, the Boris, were very, very stubborn. Mm-hmm. So, like, my aunt just refused to go to the doctor. The last time she went to the doctor, supposedly, was when she had my cousin. Because I have both my cousins. She had 2 boys. When she had my youngest cousin. And that was over 40 years that she hasn't seen a doctor. Because she was that stubborn to go in. Because she never thought anything was wrong.
Holy.
Just to come find out when she thought she had COVID. I don't know. I think she thought she had COVID or she had strep or something. She was coughing a lot. So it wasn't going away. So finally when she did go in, it was at somewhat of a late stage of lung cancer.
Oh.
Yeah. And so far that's it. Because my dad's mom died when I was 6 from cancer. Because my grandma had breast cancer, got it cleared up, according to my dad. Then it went into her lungs, they got it cleared up. And then it just went straight up to her brain. And that was it.
Like, quick?
Every time they thought they had something cleared, it would... This was back in 2004. So this is way before they had all the technology. Yeah. Yeah, I was 6 when you were born.
That means Alex was too. Or 5. I guess, yeah, you're a couple months older than him.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's a June baby.
I'm a February baby.
You don't know what's funny?
What?
You brought up all the 7s before.
Oh.
Alex's birthday's the 17th.
Oh my god. I can't run away. The number 7 plays so much in my life. I had family members that got married in the 70s. My mom died May 7th. Shelby was born in January of 2017. Then my husband and I got married on July 27th. And that's my uncle's birthday.
Day after my birthday.
Yeah, my uncle's birthday. And then Raina was born September 27th. And then I found out recently that, and also my brother Matt was born on the 7th in April. And, oh yeah.
I see why you don't like odd numbers.
Yeah, and then my license plates.
I guess I never even looked at your license plate.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What's on there? Is it all 7s?
Mm-mm.
What?
Hey, I'm not gonna get my license plate number out.
No, just the number. Not the letters.
774, I think. Yeah.
You can't escape. Please spit out your drink.
But I've been told that 7 is somehow spiritual.
It is. Well, like 777 is.
Yeah, so I can see, in a way, I feel like, okay, this is gonna sound weird, like I'm somehow connected to that stuff.
You want me to look it up?
Yeah, and I have a lot of paranormal experiences, unfortunately. I had one with my mom not long after she died.
Well, there's 4 meanings for it. Spiritual and angelic, biblical / religious, lucky / gambling, and numerology.
Not lucky.
Which one do you want? Or do you want me to go in order?
Just go in order. I don't
Bro,
know.
can we quiet on set out there? I got my window open. It's hot in here. Sounds like gunshots.
Someone's hammering away.
If we hear sirens, we know.
Sounds like fireworks.
I'm scared. Mom, can you come pick me up? I'm scared. So spiritual and angelic meaning for 777 represents divine guidance, indicating that an individual is on the right path, prompting inner wisdom and spiritual growth. Biblical. Why you look like that?
Cause read that again and I'll explain it.
Represents divine guidance, indicating that an individual is on the right path.
Nope.
Prompting inner wisdom and spiritual growth.
Okay, I don't have wisdom. Okay, just because I'm almost 30 doesn't mean I have wisdom.
Yes, you do. Oh, wise one.
Yeah, no. And religious?
Biblical/religious meaning. It is often interpreted as the perfection of the Holy Trinity, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, in contrast to, I'm not going to say it, but 3 sixes, and symbol. I can't wait to make word fumble TikToks. It symbolizes God's work of completion. Lucky/gambling. In many cultures in the U.S., 777 is synonymous with a jackpot, fortune, and luck. Numerology. It denotes a leveling up.
I don't have luck.
It denotes a leveling up
lottery.
of energy and the successful conclusion of a cycle.
People are gonna come at me for this. I'm atheist. So, like, that's why I kind of, it's gonna sound bad, I found it a little funny, because I'm not really religious that way.
Yeah.
So, it's kind of, like I said, I think, like spiritually to me, like, it, paranormal. I believe in, like, this, people are going to think differently of it, but I believe there's no up and I don't believe there's a down. Like, we're just here.
Yeah.
Just in spirit form, if that makes sense. You're not alive.
Yeah.
But everybody else, they can believe what they want to believe. I don't force my religion on anybody. I really don't. I don't see the point in that.
Right.
So, I've always told my family, you believe what you want to believe, I'll believe what I want to believe, and we'll just go about that.
That's
how it
not
should
worth,
be.
like, arguing with people over their beliefs or anything.
I feel like the more people push religion, I feel like the more you're, like,
Prone to move away.
pushing people away from belief sometimes, because, like...
Like, people have to find it on their own if they want to.
Yeah, I would say so. Because, like, I've known that I was atheist since I was, like, 15 or 16, because, like, growing up, it's gonna sound bad, I didn't really, like, care for going to church when we did go to church, because my dad worked shift work, so if he ever had a Sunday off, we'd go to church, or I'd go to Wednesday Night Live or whatever, and I just didn't feel comfortable. I wasn't amused by it. I just didn't really want to be there, and that's how I kind of knew that something was a
The heck is
little
Wednesday
different.
Night Live?
It
Is that like confirmation?
No, it was like just a night for, like, kids in the middle of the week. Like, parents, I think, dropped them off for, like, a couple hours, and we'd learn some stuff or do some stuff around the church or whatever.
I mean, we did
I was
confirmation.
little when that happened,
We
but
did confirmation on Wednesday nights.
I
Like,
was-
It was
I
middle
was-
school through high school.
I never went through confirmation. I was baptized when I was 4, 5, 6, maybe. I know my grandma was
6?
still alive, so I think maybe 4 or 5.
6, 7. What?
I'm pretty sure I was like 4 or 5 when I was baptized, because my grandma was still alive, because she was there when I got baptized.
8, 9.
Oh my god.
Can't wait to make this a clip. 6, 7, 8, 9.
Oh my gosh.
What is this again?
I don't remember, and I have kids, and that's...
I was like, what does she do? She's like,
Yeah. No, I can't think of it.
Unless it's just 4, 5. 6, 7, 8, 9.
Oh, wait, I think she goes 6, 7, my mom's in heaven.
Damn!
Damn! My daughter believes in stuff, and she knows that mommy and daddy don't believe in that, but I'm not going to take that right away from her, because if she believes that, then she can believe it, and I'll let her believe it. I mean, she does ask questions like, why don't we, and Brady and I kind of, like, tell her in a way, like, she can understand, you know, And I know sometimes she always tells us, Mom and Dad, you need to pray, you need to do this, you need to do that. But then there's times where she just asks questions about why we don't.
Right. It comes with getting older.
It's her choice. I'm not going to force my kid to believe what I believe in.
Right.
If you do that, then that's just...
You see a lot of people do that nowadays.
I feel like religion should be, like, private. You know what I mean? Because you shouldn't have to force it on someone to believe what you want to believe. And I hate to say it, but people who... I don't know your religion, but, like, to me, it seems like Christians... You're Christian, aren't you?
But I think I know exactly what you're about to say. Because there's some that are so over the top.
Well, and you know what? The funny thing is, I think that when they're doing that to people, they don't realize that they're sinning. And they sin every day. You know what I mean? Like, like I said, I don't believe in the Bible. Now, obviously, I hear the stories. But I just think, like, some people can be very hypocritical of telling others how they should be when they're judging.
Charlie Kirk. What?
Ooh,
Didn't
don't
even
get me
finish
started
school.
on that.
Didn't even finish school.
Don't get me started on that.
Fourth episode. Politics. Maybe. Possibly. I don't know. He didn't even finish school and he rats on people.
I thought he graduated.
No.
That explains a lot.
Can't wait for the comments on YouTube. Sorry. Anyway, as you were saying.
Oh God, I can't remember now. He got me distracted.
Sorry.
With the, like people are just like.
Yeah, sorry. I had to look it up. He briefly attended college before dropping out to focus on building TPUSA.
That explains a lot. Anyways.
Yeah, don't let me have my phone.
Yeah, this might get quite a few comments.
Sorry.
It's okay. Some people are just uneducated. It's okay.
Yeah. Back on topic, anyway. Mental health.
Well, I suppose I should probably... I have a lot wrong with me. I think I can count, like, what's the whole hand? Okay, speaking of mental health, I found out 2 years ago, almost this year, that I was bipolar 2. I have OCD, PTSD, anxiety, and depression. A whole hand full of problems. Love it. I'm going to therapy and I'm on meds. I'm okay, everybody. I'm on meds. I got help. But I think for the longest time, like, I was misdiagnosed with the depression when, after 2 years ago, seeing the first psychiatrist, like, he told me that people, like, the way that I would have my episodes and get depressed, he explained it. I can't remember how he explained it, but every time I was telling him how I felt, he explained to me, he goes, that sounds a lot like bipolar 2. So, and I really, like, it started to make sense, like, for the things that I've had happen.
There's so many things happening, guys.
And then when I recently went to this psychiatrist, she believes that, yeah, it sounds like bipolar 2. And she also explained, she goes, you really do have PTSD, because I was in a rollover when I was 19, so driving gives me anxiety. And it's terrible, because from my rollover, I almost died from it, but luckily The only thing came out of that was whiplash, but my car was totaled and it was on Highway 2.
Mm-hmm.
So that's one of the most common highways, I think, that has accidents.
Parkston or like Devil's Lake way?
Going towards Emerito.
Yeah, that stretch is bad.
Yeah. So I think I was two or 3 miles outside of Emerito, and then I skid on black ice, because this was in winter. It was in February of that year.
Sorry.
And I guess when I started spinning, I just grabbed the wheel, and I like let go of everything, and I was like, well, if I die today, I die today. But I did it. Because luckily somebody said that an older gentleman stopped and he ripped open my door because the snowbank had it pushed in, so I couldn't open it from the inside. Mm-hmm. So the guy had to like force it open, and he made sure I was okay. He had me call my dad.
This is going on fucking Do Not Disturb.
And he told me he called the ambulance and the police, and that kept just asking me if I was okay. And I was. Luckily, I wore my seatbelt because I was dumb and almost did it that day. But I think, I don't remember if it was a sheriff or whatever. When he looked at my vehicle, he said that if I wasn't wearing my seatbelt, I would have went right through that windshield. And he goes, I would have been dead on impact. And at the time, Shelby was just turned 1 a month prior. Yeah, because the first thing when I rolled my vehicle, I rolled 4 or 5 times. And I landed completely upside down, like, crushed in. The first thing I did was look at that base. Because I kept thinking to myself, what if Shelby was in here? But she was at home with my dad and my brothers.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that was my first thought, was that base. I didn't care how I was just thinking of Shelby at that time.
Right.
And that, like, traumatized me to where when my dad picked me up, because I had to work that morning. So I had to call into work and was like, yeah, I'm not coming in because I just rolled my vehicle. So I was pretty shooken up. And in the ambulance, they said I'm probably just going to have some whiplash. Just going to be really, really sore for about a week, 2 weeks. And they weren't kidding, because holy fuck. That shit was sore. But yeah, as soon as I got back to my dad's, because my dad picked me up, and in the middle of, like, my dad driving back, I threw my license at him, and I was like, just cut it up. I don't want it. I'm done. That traumatized me so bad for a while that it took me a while to get back behind the wheel.
I remember, like, before you started driving Shelby to school, like, you told me that you did not want to drive, like, at all.
Nope.
So it really... Which I guess you kind of have no choice but to drive her to school.
Right.
But at least it's just to school.
Well, like I said, I got anxiety meds. That...
Definitely get on Lexapro.
Yeah, that's... I think I gotta try different meds, but, like... I think my new meds for my bipolarness is, like, slowly starting to work. Because I've only been on it for, like, 2 weeks. 2.5 weeks this week. Something like that, yeah. I think it's 2 weeks today, actually. So my appointment was on a Friday. So yeah. 2 weeks.
Would it happen to have been on Friday the 13th?
Was that 2 weeks ago already?
I don't know. I just thought it was funny because we had a Friday the 13th.
Well, that was last week. The week before. I was like, you got me fucking thinking!
I didn't even realize it was Friday today. Well, when this goes up, it'll be Saturday, but... Happy Saturday!
But yeah, after describing to her what happened, like, and all that, she's like, oh yeah, you suffer from PTSD. And then she definitely learned that I was OCD. Can't trust my husband to clean anything.
Could have told you that about the blanket last episode.
No. I have a problem. But the one big thing that really gets to me is odd numbers. I hate odd numbers. They make me so uncomfortable. And unfortunately,
That's how your life revolves around.
Yes, is odd numbers, and I just don't get it. It's. I'm not saying life is terrible, but like in some ways, I'm just like, oh, well, trauma. I'm still going. There's some happy things in life. I have a husband and kids.
Sorry, trauma. That's gonna be my new line. That's my new line.
Trauma. Hey, she stole my line.
That's my new line.
I created that line. Do the hashtag trauma. No. Do the duck lips or whatever. Juicy.
Trauma.
That makes it so bad.
Put a 2016 filter on.
You're going. Hey, that's the year I graduated. Oh, we're not talking about that. That was already 10 years. No, that's not okay, okay?
I was just getting out of 6th grade in 2016.
I was pregnant. No, I was though. I was pregnant at my graduation and I didn't even know it until 2 weeks after I graduated. Which explained all the emotional things that I was going through the last month of school. Because I was pregnant and didn't even know it.
I can't even imagine how that felt.
I was dumb. I was 18. I wasn't even thinking about it. I was like, oh no, because I just got really tired all of a sudden. I didn't think anything of, yeah. And then I didn't throw up, but I was nauseous all the time.
Yeah.
And then I realized my time of the month was late, but I kept thinking, oh no, it's due to stress. I kept putting it off. No, until I brought it up to a family member and she's like, nope, you're taking a pregnancy test. She goes, how dumb are you to not realize? And I was like, oh, there's no way I'm pregnant. And
look at it.
Because I worked at Subway and I was closing that night. I came into work and I looked at them. I was like, I don't feel good. And mind you, I'm very healthy, like physically, and I don't normally get sick. Sure shit, when my sister-in-law noticed, she was like, you're pregnant, aren't you? And I was like, what? No. And she asked if we slept together. And I was like, yeah. She's like, did you use protection? And I was like, no.
YOLO! YOLO!
Then I started panicking and I was like, oh my god, what if she's right? And I was like, oh wait, no. No, maybe it's just stress. And I kept walking back and forth because it wasn't really busy for closing that night. So like, when I had time, I paced back and forth thinking to myself all night. And I got home. I took the pregnancy test and, well, 2 solid pink lines on both tests at 11 o'clock at night. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Then to come find out, when I went to, what was it, Woman's Way? Or whatever we had here in the Kmart Mall.
I don't know. I didn't pay attention to it.
It was a
There's
clinic.
nothing for me.
It was a clinic. And I got a sonogram done. And oh yeah, there was a baby, almost 8 weeks pregnant.
Mm-hmm. I bet you were like,
okay.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when I found out I was having a baby at 18 years old.
9 years.